Hi, my name is Glenn and I'm with PestOut, and this is a second video on moisture control specifically related to crawl spaces. On our last video we talked about humidity and condensation and where some of those moisture comes from in those areas. Today I'd like to talk about liquid water actually entering the foundation. My personal term is foundation filtration. And it's basically where the water or the level of the soil on the crawl space is lower than the outside soil, and so water is going to find the lowest point and it's going to travel even through brick, even through concrete, even through hollow blocks. It's going to enter the foundation and stand, even if you have a moisture barrier, it can get on top of the plastic, stand on that, and then vaporize, basically bypassing the vapor barrier that's underneath the crawl space. There is another situation where water can percolate up through the soil when the aquifers or like the small streams that are in the soil, when they fill up with water and they overflow, they will percolate up underneath the crawl space, especially here in the Tidewater area of Virginia where we have a high moisture table. That is a problem. Now the corrective action, I'll just talk about the most reasonable corrective action, is to install a sump pump in those areas. And you can also do some grading and or a limited drainage system if needed underneath the house to take the water, bring it, divert it into a sump pump, and then to evacuate that out into the proper place to get it away from the structure and keep the structure dry. Another type, the other type is where it's just entering the foundation, like I mentioned earlier. That type of corrective action would be, you could regrade the outside and that may help. If you don't have proper gutters, that will help also. To do those things would be, I think, wise to consider. But probably the best way is to catch that water before it goes underneath the house and divert it away. And that our solution is what's called a French drain, and it's basically an underground drainage system. We install those and we can get those in there so that you have a long-term solution to moisture control, because not only is the moisture, are we concerned about moisture and how it relates to getting into the wood and possibly rotting the wood or bringing termites to the house, but also water moving through the foundation over long periods of time is not good for the foundation. So if we can seal that off, if we can catch that water and divert it away, that is going to be a great start to a long-term moisture solution. On our next video, I'd like to talk a little bit about a couple of options that are being offered in the industry right now and the pros and cons to each of those two options. Thank you.